Flamenco Frenzy by Galdius. Just even that Flamenco Frenzy being an acoustic style just shows his incredible ability to play. Someone like myself who just loves rock and metal and shredding on electric guitar, I saw Galdius myself in concert, and he shreds on his acoustic incredibly. Just an incredible guitarist.
Well, we're obviously rock and metal fans, and I would assume that many, if not most, or all of our listeners are as well. And there's nothing wrong with having really that kind of one niche area of music, and maybe that's all you enjoy. You don't like other kinds of music, and that's fine. But I really do enjoy a lot of music, and I think it shows such talent to be able to move among different styles. And to do something like this, the flamenco style, to me, it's a virtuoso kind of style of playing, and it really just showcases the guitarist's ability. And because it's acoustic, and obviously nothing against electric. I mean, good grief, I just practically crave electric guitar.
Thank you, Ben Franklin. Yes,
but right. But doing it on the acoustic, I think it just really reveals the musician's skill, perhaps even more so because you realize this is not coming through any other effects, no other pedals or whatever, but this is just this box with strings. And right. This individual is plucking those strings and producing that music. So yeah, it was wonderful stuff.
Yes, absolutely. So we only have a couple minutes left here, Steve. But I kind of want to just take those couple minutes and just throw something back at you that you threw at me last week.
Oh, good
and
grief.
You make what? Oh, good grief. Okay.
Yeah.
What am I now, Charlie Brown? Is that what it is? But you mentioned Lost in Space last week,
yes.
Right? And so I responded in a very positive tone of mentioning Pigs in Space. Yeah. And your response to Pigs in Space, I don't know if I was offended, but it just kind of came across as that somehow Pigs in Space are ridiculous. Now, are you telling me you're not a Pigs in Space fan?
Well, golly, look at the time. I think the show is, of course I'm a Pigs in Space fan. I mean, the Muppets, Miss Piggy and Kermie. I mean, how are you not going to love that? I mean, that was just part of culture through the 80s. I don't think the Muppets started in the 70s, did they? But I think it was all in the 80s. Of course, huge Pigs in Space.
Yes, well, I appreciate that. That makes me feel better because I know that's all you're about, Steve, is just making people feel better, right?
I do.
That's just what you do,
That's what I do. I'm
just make everyone feel better. Yeah. And if I have this impression that Wildman and Steve is similar to the two guys on the Muppets sitting up in the balcony.
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you brought those two guys up. So our producer engineer, Sam, who is working tirelessly behind the scenes for us, we certainly appreciate him.
Yeah, Sam.
He and I have also been compared with the two old guys up in the balcony. Our sons played basketball together, and there were some great families that support the teams. And one of the families, one of the grandmothers in the family would often come to the games. And Sam and I would just cut up and be loud and laughing and just having a good old time and making comments and so forth. And at one point she says, "You two guys are like the old guys in the Muppets." And it's possible that one of us actually took a picture of the old guys in the Muppets and perhaps did a little doctoring and made a little meme about that. And so here we are again, you and I also like the old guys from the Muppets. I don't know. Again, I don't know whether to take that as amusing, compliment, or to be offended. And I don't know what I should focus on. The fact that we're like the old guys from the Muppets, or the fact that we're like a couple of Muppets. I'm not really sure what part of that I'm supposed to focus on.
Yeah, it's interesting because those guys were critics, but they were funny critics, and so I think this is what we need to do. Okay. I think we need to get out of the idea. I mean, well, not to get out of the idea. You know, you and Sam can continue your thing going there and everything. But I think it would be something if we had two of Wildman and Steve Metal Talk Live listeners who would be the two up in the balcony. And they would be doing it on Twitter and just constantly ribbing us about how stupid we are.
So you're really wanting to make a social media equivalent of a carnival dunk tank. You're basically setting us up in the dunk tank of social media.
Or another reference here, the Gong Show.
The Gong Show. Oh, okay. All you young listeners, you'll have to go out and Google the Gong Show.
Now, I just wonder if this was the Gong Show, how many minutes into the show would we have been gonged?
Yeah, we would have been gonged pretty early.
Well, hey, thank you for listening, everybody.
You've been listening to Metal Talk with Wildman and Steve. If you enjoyed this show, you can find out more about this and all the things we do at wildmanandsteve.com. And we'd especially love it if you go out to ratethispodcast.com/CCR. Give us a review. We'd love to know what you think.
Metal Talk.